Okay, so let's get started today. Now, you've written out your post. Some of you may not have actually published it yet. Some of you may have come to the Discord and heard us say, why don't you write it and let us take a look at it, see what we can give you help on just as a document, and then we'll submit it together. One of the places where I suggest that you would submit your post, basically, once you write it, you have several different options of how you want to put that out into the world. Like I said, there's many different platforms. You can go to read.cash, you can go to blurt.com, you can go to PublishOX, you can go to many different places to release your content into the world. The one that I suggest, obviously, because I'm most comfortable there, is hive.com. Now, how do you put your content onto the Hive platform? This word is probably going to scare some people, but don't let it scare you. Just absorb it and keep going. The more you hear certain terms, the more that you'll understand them as you become more familiar with them. Don't stress. Just go, okay, here's a term that I'm hearing. You're going to put your blog, if you choose Hive, on the Hive blockchain. Just absorb it. Keep going. It's just a platform, but it's a platform that's a little bit more permanent than a regular site. I was on a site where I had put all of my hard work for 18 months, a little over 18 months. After that, a terrible thing happened and the whole site went down. We had a month to now take all of our information, all of the blogs that we had written, all of that interaction as we could. We had to take it off of that site because that site was going to be obsolete. The blockchain is different. When you write to a blockchain and not just a website, it's actually encoded into the building blocks of the chain. Again, just absorb it. It's a little bit more permanent than what a website would be. Now, people say, oh, it is permanent. It is forever. Is it? Of course not, because there can be mass failures of world systems, and then there's no way for us to actually get those things off, right? So I say it's more permanent because we have to still keep in our minds that these things are still material things, right? But it's a lot more permanent. After the split that I mentioned in a previous video, and I can link to that below, you could see that Steemit and Hive forked from each other. That word is not as scary as it sounds. It's just like a regular road, and then there's a split, and one goes one way and one goes the other way. That fork happened, but guess what? All of my content that was on Steemit is still there to this day, even though I'm not a part of it, and all of the content that is now on Hive actually got forked from it and copied and cloned, and then I started on there as well. So it was pretty cool how that happened, how when I was on the other site that I was on for 18 months, when all of that died, I had to quick scramble and get all of my content because it wasn't really belonging to me in that same way. Writing on the blockchain is totally different. So I hope that makes a little bit more sense to you. If not, stay with me, stay with me. It will become more clear as you continue to use it, okay? Just so you know, when I started on Steemit back in 2016, I was clueless. I was clueless when it came to blockchain, cryptocurrency, all of the things, all of the terminology that was part of that world. I just said, I'm not going to learn it. I'm just going to do what I love, which is I'm going to write. My friend brought me here because he thought that I would enjoy writing here. So I did. I wrote and I earned cryptocurrency and I had no idea what it meant. So you know what I did? I just kept giving it away to people right and left because I thought this doesn't mean anything to me. I'm just going to give it away. About a year into it, it started making more sense to me. And I still gave lots away because it was fun to me, but I also started to understand I'm actually building something here. So what I'm telling you is do not get so overwhelmed in the beginning that you just think, I can't do this. Just do whatever it is that you do well. If it's writing, if it's singing, if it's art, Do that, and the rest will come. We are here to help you. That is the purpose of DreamPort, to take you step by step into a world that is unfamiliar, but to have friends and connections that stick with you until you're ready to fly on your own. You can stay, you can go, but we are here for you. I'm always going to have more information to give you, but I don't want you to miss anything. So, what I want you to do now is go to dreamport.com, register if you haven't already, drop your email address in there so we can add you to our mailing list. Even though we have this site and we have the Discord server and we have the blog, there's so much information. We don't want you to miss anything. Not any of the upcoming challenges, not any of the upcoming communities that we'll highlight, updates on the site and updates on the rewards, whatever it is, we want you to have it first. So head there, give us your email, register so that we can make that connection, we can start the conversation, and we can keep you in the loop.